My name is Rhapsody, I'm drinking the worst coffee known to man, and welcome back to Tavern Brawl. Alright, let's check what the challenge is. It's the worst coffee I've ever had. Although I have to drink it, otherwise I get a caffeine headache, so that's the life I lead. Mukla is 1 year older, and he loves bananas. Whenever one of your minions dies, he will give you a banana to celebrate. You win a pack for the first victory of the week. So what's a banana? If it's a banana from Mukla, it must be similar to the banana mechanic. So he gives you a banana to celebrate. So that's a +1/+1 buff. But it's a spell. It is a spell. That's important. So Mage would work well, because obviously Mage has the mechanic where you kind of rush against an opponent. You're kind of trading very efficiently with very small minions. And then those small minions give you spare parts, which are 1 mana spells. You cast the 1 mana spell, and then that gets you a fireball from Archmage Antonidas, and then you just fireball for the win. So that would be good, but I don't think did I craft Antonidas recently? Hang on. Let's check. Oh, no, backwards. Forwards. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, no. There's no Antonidas. This is not good. This is not good at all. Okay, so whenever one of your minions dies, so we're looking for a deck that either works around the mechanic of minion death. Whenever one of your minions dies. Is that going to apply a death rattle effect on my minions? In which case, maybe what I want to do is, like, put... what's his name? The 1/7... The 4 mana 1/7 who doubles death rattles? Where are you? Oh, Baron Rivendare, of course. And then I'll get twice as many bananas? What else? Minions that are very efficient when you buff them, so zoo decks would probably work really well. Because, you know, if you recall, in a zoo deck, just that tiny little buff is really, really powerful. You know that from, obviously, the reason that the Direwolf Alpha is in the zoo deck, the reason that the, Abusive Sergeant or Dark Iron Dwarfs suddenly appear in them. Because that tiny little buff just means that they get to trade far more effectively, because 4 is so much greater than 3, and 3 is so much greater than 2. You know. What else would work? Divine Shield deck? Probably not. Maybe. Maybe actually a Divine Shield deck. Shade of Naxxramas. Why am I looking at the Shade of Naxxramas and going, maybe that's amazing? Because I build just one huge Shade of Naxxramas and then try and just Wind Fury their face down. That would be a Shaman deck. That would be stupid. Raging Worgen's probably actually really good. Because you buff it, and then it'll survive its initial attack against another 3 mana creature. And then go to face. Like, it would be able to kill a spider tank and then do 4 damage to face. And then it's still a threat on the board. What else? I mean, like, the Harvest Golem is infinitely stronger as a 3/4 than as a 2/3. So it's probably relatively effective in this as well. Acolyte of Pain getting buffed is amazing. A 2/4 can possibly get hit twice while doing work on the board. Oh, Wild Pyromancer, of course. You'll be able to clear the board. Wild Pyromancer, boom. Fuck this board. Because it's a spell trigger. Maybe I want to put, by the way, this is how it's going to work for the drafting weeks. I'm going to walk you through my process in a similar way that I did with my, Heroic series and just my Naxxramas and Blackrock Adventure series. In the same way that I did with those. Ooh, Nerubian Egg's probably going to be good because you only need to put a 1/1 activator. Yeah, but then you put a 1/1 activator on it and it becomes a 1/3. Probably doesn't kill anything. Mad Scientists are just always good cheating out secrets. What secrets would I want to cheat out? Duplicate? No. Counterspell? Maybe. That only blocks an opponent's 1/1 though. Oh, you know what would be awesome? Spellbender. Take your opponent's 1/1s. Anytime your opponent tries to cast a 1/1 on one of their creatures, you get a 2/4. That'd be pretty cool, but also it would, you know, take all of my current dust and then me disenchanting the rest of my stuff. I think that's a Sylvanas there that I need to disenchant. I got it from a watch and learn quest. When I was watching, actually, one of you. Hang on, who was I watching for the watch and learn quest for that? God, I wish I could remember. I feel so bad that I don't. No, I definitely don't recall who it was. It wasn't Caliban. Might have been Ajurin. Might have been Black Laser? I don't know. I was watching one of the people that has added me from, you know, what I do here. That's... Sorcerer's Apprentice would make my buffs only cost 0. That's really important. So the other one that I was thinking about was the possibility of making kind of like a miracle deck. And that would be through the addition of a... Fuck, what's it called again? 6 mana 4/4 Gadgets and Auctioneer. Although I think I've DE'd all of my Gadgets and Auctioneers because they're, let's face it, not good anymore. Yeah, because they cost 6 mana. Way too much. Yeah, I don't have any Gadgets and Auctioneers. Things with Wind Fury are going to be a lot better. Being able to reduce the cost of them to 0 is going to be incredibly effective, so Emperor Tharasan's probably a really important one. I think that's like my first solid pick. Like, yes, Emperor Tharasan. Not many things are going to stay below 2 attack for long, so I don't think Stampeding Kodo is going to be a good pick. Things that can't be buffed are probably really horrible as well. Faceless Manip. If my opponent gets something out of control, maybe a Faceless Manip might be worth it. Blingtron, Bomb Lobber. Maybe I make this a dragon deck and go with the Blackwing Corruptors, but are that many opponents really going to have that low attack? Oh my god, are you kidding me? How did I look over this before? Violet Teacher. That's a 1 mana buff plus a 1/1. Wait, what if I want to do a Druid deck? It would be a Violet Teacher Druid deck based around making tokens. So that would be Power of the Wild, because when you cast Power of the Wild, Violet Teacher actually summons the 1/1, and then the Power of the Wild gives out the +1/+1 buff to all things on the field. So you would actually get a 4/6 and a 2/2, right? But if you did like a banana before that, you get a 4/6 and 2 2/2s. Sorry, a 5/7 and 2 2/2s, which is crazy. Pilot Shredder is just a very effective card. Okay, what if I look at the things whenever you cast a spell? Whenever you target this minion with a spell, gain +1/+1. So any buff on the Dragonkin Sorcerer is now just +2/+2. Dope. Wild Pyromancer of the board clear whenever your opponent casts a spell. I mean, my opponent's probably going to be casting spells relatively often. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, sure, put that in. I'll start funneling these down to, like, fewer cards later. Echo of Medivh? Why would I want to Echo? Yeah, Echo doesn't actually give me the value back. What? After you cast a spell, deal 2 damage randomly split among all element. There is no way that this... There is no way that I've just come across this, right? Everyone has to be playing a Flame Waker deck. And if they cost 1 less... Yeah, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Flame Waker. It's a Tempo Mage. Everyone's going to be doing Tempo Mage. Fuck. That's kind of boring. I'll play it a bit, but... If my first 2 matches are against people that are, like, both doing Tempo Mage, I'm gonna switch and try and do the Token Druid. Because that'll kind of make this boring. Which means Mana Worm goes in this deck. Yeah, this is like an obvious autofill deck at this point. Okay. Get my removal spells. Okay, now I'm going to need to start making space for things because I'm going to be putting in... Where are you? Double Mad Scientist. I've got enough early game. I probably don't need the Trogs, especially considering I have the 2 late game Trogs. Which means that I'm going to have more space for putting in... Do I need double Flame Strike? I don't need double, do I? So my early game board clear is basically Wild Pyromancer plus buffs, Flame Cannon, Frostbolt. And then my late game is Flame Strike. Which means that I miss out on putting Fireball into my deck. This is relatively good as a first draft. Okay, I can't rename this deck, but yeah, like that. God, are you fucking like? So I need to have minions that die in the early game so that I can get bananas. So that's going to be my Mana Worms. That's going to be my Mad Scientist. That's going to be probably the things coming out of the Unstable Portal. Hopefully my Wild Pyromancers rather than my Sorcerer's Apprentices, unless my Sorcerer's Apprentice is dying so that it can trigger Duplicate. I'm kind of not okay with this. Because there is no way, there is like 0% chance that this isn't just the deck that everyone's doing. This is definitely going to be the deck that everyone's doing, right? I'll put all of the deck lists that I end up using in the description down below, by the way. Yeah, fucking course.
You asked for it. My magic will tear you apart.
It's too obvious, right? You get... I mean, like, I'm trying to get some interesting mechanics with spell tapping, basically. Spell use. But I don't think they'll be important. I think it's just mostly going to be important if my opponent gets a minion to die and has a Sorcerer's Apprentice out early, then all they need to do is summon a Flame Walker and then just fucking buff. I don't like this. I really don't like this. So there's my Mana Worm. It's just going to constantly get buffed anytime I cast a spell on anyone. It's my hope that my opponent needs to coin out a response, which is going to allow me to Frostbolt it. And then my opponent... Oh, fuck me. My opponent gets a buff, yeah. Yay. I have to remove it. So there, my opponent gets a banana. I wouldn't be super surprised to see them... Oh, that's interesting. I was about to say I wouldn't be super surprised to see them do something like, I obviously don't want to kill that right now. I wouldn't have been super surprised to see them do something like, put down a Sorcerer's Apprentice and then buff it. Because then I would need to cast a spell. Okay, I'm very glad, because it looks like my opponent didn't have a Frostbolt in hand, otherwise they probably would have attacked here, Frostbolt, had a 1-1 and a 1-1. So they're going to sack that, and they're going to get 1-1, 1-1, and the... Fuck. Another Flame Walker, of course. Flame on. Hit them both. Mill my opponent's hand. Yeah! Opponent's hand too full.
My hand is too full.
Yeah! Suck that, Mad Scientist, yo! Just need to draw a cheap spell. Thank you. Oh, of course, fucking coin. Coin mirror image, then buff, right? What? Don't hit this. Big banana. So there's different kinds of bananas, because I've only got one.
I serve the Fire Lord.
So that's not mirror image, that's not duplicate. It's either counterspell or... It's gonna be Spellbender. I'm gonna put down a banana buff and it's gonna take it. Fucking hell. Yeah, but I still have to do it. It's that powerful. Yeah, Spellbender.
Time runs out on me.
I can't deny my opponent's next draw either. I should have fucking... Oh, I don't know how to play this game, evidently. I keep forgetting that I can sack things in my turn in order to get the... So there's a deviant banana that switches attack and health. Apparently, this is the best fucking Flame Walker of all time. Yeah, this is definitely not okay. Okay, I'll actually damage it because then it will get basically just one more attack for free. God damn it, there has to be... Okay, hang on. While this is just going on, because this is just fucking absurd bullshit, I'm gonna try and think of what other elements could be added to a deck to make, like, a better deck than what's going on right now, because Flame Walker is evidently basically not beatable. And then I have Rotten Banana this guy. Oh, no, which is going to kill him, right? No, it's not. Okay, then it does the AoE. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Then that attacks that. Bananas? That would be bananas and then ping. It's actually pretty good. Bananas, ping. My opponent can just go to face with the fucking Frostbolt they have in hand.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Okay, so what's gonna beat this deck?
Don't mess with
This is going
So
to
single target removal is gonna be very important. Get fucked. I'm gonna need to top deck Flame Strike here as well, which is really annoying. It's like... Interesting, if they wanted to avoid Flame Strike, they would have buffed this. I need to top deck Flame Strike or I lose. It's not Flame Strike. Okay, you need to be like the hugest taunt of all time.
I got the best deals anyway.
Yeah, this is not gonna do anything. Okay. What's going to beat that deck? So single target removal is going to be very important because apparently there's big bananas, normal bananas, deviant bananas, and there's the rotten banana, right? Is that the damage that's going out? And the early game is by far the most important part of the game. So we definitely need mirror images. What can I make room for with mirror images? I'm not going to want to hit my own things with a wild Pyromancer, I don't think. So mirror images. Because the mirror images are going to trigger us and get us more buffs. Burly Rockjaw Trog is very important, but I didn't draw it out. Duplicate is probably not going to be super active. I'm going to need the Mad Scientist. Because the Mirror Entity play there was just super strong. I think I actually keep the Mad Scientist, but I only use them to summon the Mirror Entity, which means that I've got 2 more deck slots for hard removal. So I'm going to put double Fireball in. I'm not going to put Polymorph in, just because I don't want to have to deal with something after that. Okay. I'm not going to put the deck list that was previous in the description. If you really want it, you can go just like 10 minutes ago and find it. But I'll put like the end, like form deck list in the description. So if this is how I decide this deck should be played, then I'll do it like this. So I've got to think about like the abstracted concepts of exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for minions to die. So that's why my opponent had that that Haunted Creeper, because that's 3 minion deaths and 3 buffs. Yeah, I'll take that as my opening hand. I probably should throw back Mirror Entity to be thinking about that. So they would have had the Haunted Creeper so they could trigger 3 times. I think my opponent is doing what I was originally thinking about right now, because they're playing Warlock, which is incredible. Incredible amount of props to them, because I don't know if there is a deck that can beat the Tempo Mage in this one. Yeah, I think they're doing the Zoo deck. It would be like an egg Zoo deck, right?
Hello.
I don't care if they try and BM me, because honestly, to them, I probably just look like another dick who's just, you know, net decked, basically. Yeah, it's an egg deck. I'm not gonna kill it. If you were wondering.
I can ease your pain.
Someday I'll be just like you.
I think if they buffed up a Mistress of Pain, I think I know what they were going for with this deck, and it's actually quite brilliant. If they buffed up the Mistress of Pain, they would be using like Demon Heart, they would be using like Demon Fire and the Bananas, and they would have a really big Mistress of Pain that would just constantly heal them every single time it takes a hit. So I think that would be like a core asset of their deck, the minion that they're looking to buff.
So many possibilities.
Or at least one of. That's totally going to go for that, unfortunately. Bananas to whom? It's not the correct target. Oh, maybe it is now. Actually, it's still not the correct target. So I deal 1 damage there. Wrong! I'm an idiot. Whatever. I should have dealt 1 damage here. Was it? I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm tilting. God damn it. I keep forgetting that there will be another banana. That I should just hold on. Make my attacks first and then consider that there's another banana coming. So I do have another Mirror Entity in my deck, which is good. I kind of want this to be triggered before the second Mirror Entity is played. Or rather, drawn into my hand, so that I wouldn't be able to actually get it for free. You know, Silence is probably very important, actually. So, Silence, probably a very important asset. You know, I want a Violet Teacher out, but then my opponent will just kill it. So, like, can I kill that this turn? The plain answer is maybe.
What to do?
It would require double accuracy with the Flame Walker. There's no way I'm doing that this turn. Okay, so I'll go with that and then ping. Go face. There's no way I could efficiently remove that this turn. Unfortunately, with my opponent tapping last turn and taking it very slow, it's almost unlikely that I get into a position where I can remove it next turn without already losing. Oh, fuck. Opponent is a genius. I was hoping they wouldn't kill the Mad Scientist this turn. I mean, they didn't kill it last turn. Wow. Oh my god. The most masterful play of all time. Okay, well, I hate to be this person, but now I have to. There's no reason to Rotten Bananas that, it would just do 2 damage to the face. So now my opponent's hand is going to be full of bananas, so I need them not to summon a minion that is incredibly good when they have a lot of bananas. This also tells me that maybe Spellbreaker, Spellbender, there we go, isn't actually that good, because if your opponent just fucking uses a Deviant Banana, you got a 3-1 for 3 mana. Okay, well that's just gonna summon a 4-4. I was wrong. It didn't summon a 4-4. You needed to hit that. What is wrong with you? That, just one more hit needed to go on the Void Terror and then I would have traded. This is kind of like an old school Zoo deck. I like it. Oh, here goes my board. Fuck. Summon another minion. Summon another minion. Damn it. Double bananas, of course. Oh. Is there a tactic in giving your opponent things and then killing them? My deck is just not good right now. I should have cast that first, but now I'm not going to cast it. Yeah, it's definitely single target removal that I'm missing. So it's Silence. Polymorph can be included in that. This is going to be a long episode, because I don't know when I'm going to get my first win. Polymorph. So would I be looking at an Iron Beak? I would be looking at an Iron Beak Owl, because I actually want it to be vulnerable, so I want it to die, so I can get a banana afterwards. So it's Iron Beak. Super aggressive deck is probably super powerful as well. It's probably going to be like a Shadow Bolt something. Yeah, it's like a Shadow Bolt. Like a shadow bolt, ooh, and touched for the very first time. It's Fugan, not that bad.
I can ease your pain.
That's pretty bad. Four, 6, 7. Okay, this is fine.
Pay attention, class.
I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn.
Okay, so now we've got kind of like a little bit of token element out of this deck. but I'm running out of cards. So, running out of cards, I mean, maybe I do need to put a few card draw mechanics in this. I'm just thinking whether my card draw mechanics should be... Hang on, I am totally not centered in this camera image. My apologies. I'm just thinking whether my card draw mechanics should be... You know, Gadgetson. Oh my god, all of the big bananas. I think a token deck is a good idea, at least for the low end.
I shall do as you say. I shall do as you say.
And I bananas this guy.
I shall do as you say.
So I do still have 2 fireballs and frostbolts in here. I bananas this guy so my opponent can't mortal coil.
From the void I come.
My shield for Argon.
Yeah, I lose. I can't now. My opponent's got kind of like a demon lock high end in their warlock. Which I can't bust through because I don't have silencers. So the thing is now, if I kill this, if I somehow find a way, yeah, I'll just lose because my opponent will summon Malagos. Swap your attack and health. Deal a damage. Puff it.
I shall do as you say.
One of the huge problems here is that if my opponent puts a Deviant Banana on either one of these, it dies, then they attack the other one with the Defender of Argus, and then the Void Caller can kill this for free. So, Deviant Banana basically fucks me. Harvesting servos engaged. Oh no, wait, this would get +2/+2 if they did that, so this becomes a 6/8. Actually, interesting. Wouldn't have hurt me. It's much. Almost one of the only ones that doesn't help me. Double bananas, this becomes a 6. Still need to kill. Okay, the problem is, in this form,
Minion already attacked.
it gets killed by the Defender of Argus, but if I swap it, it gets killed by the Foe Reaper, and the Foe Reaper doesn't even die. Like... In this form, it actually kills the Defender of Argus, whereas in the other form, it doesn't kill anything. And Demon Lock is relatively effective. There's also nothing I can do now unless, like... No, even if I top deck the cards that I need, which would have just been Fireball, couldn't have done it. So silence is very, very, very important, I found. So, let's edit this deck slightly. What is it that I don't need that I am playing? It might be the Dragonkin, Burly Rockjaw Trog, all of this stuff. Might be the Flame Strike. I don't need 2. Not if I have the Fireballs. Emperor Tharasan is only going to work once. Okay. This is Manip, Emperor Tharasan. Let's get our early game cinched up by taking on the Haunted Creeper. So, Creep. And the other one that I said I was going to take was Silence, of course. I'll take out 1 Fireball for a Polymorph. giving me a little bit more versatility and removal. What if I took out the Mad Scientist and the Mirror Entity? Because the Mirror Entity can be played around because everyone's playing small minions. Yep, you know what? I'm taking out the Mad Scientist and I'm taking out the Mirror Entities. Because they can be played around relatively easily. Because your opponents are going to be playing a lot of small minions in their decks. What was it that I wanted to put in? The silencers. So actually I'll take those and then I'll search Iron for the Ironbeak Owl. Probably need a little more late game as well. Like just someone that we pump down on the board in the late game and our opponent is just like, you know, GG. Dr. Doom? Sorry, Dr. Balanced? Sorry, Dr. Boom? Sorry. I don't know how I keep getting that name confused. I like Sneeds. Sneeds is almost always my favorite. Okay. So, yes, this is our third match, but I said we were going to change decks if both of the first people that we went up against were Tempo Mage. Only the first one was. I evidently... I'm playing this, by the way, about 17 hours after it's released. So, a lot of people have a relatively high head start. There's probably already net deck decks out there for it.
Shall bring victory.
You asked for
In fact, there's almost certainly net decks out there for it. Opponent's playing Priest, interesting. What would you do with Priest with this? Oh, maybe a 0-5, what's it called? A Lightwell deck. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. They can make a Lightwell deck. Huh. Interesting. I mean, it's a card. That was a 2-mana 2/3. Fine by me.
I serve the fire.
You know, it's probably also strong control. Like, if this doesn't get Shadow Word Pained, like, immediately from the left side of the hand, I'm going to be very surprised. Luckily, Shadow Word Pain. It's, you know what? This person has probably drafted this deck specifically to kill Tempo Mage. Or it actually might be to piss off Tempo Mage.
Power flows through me.
By the way, if anyone was wondering why I haven't done the Imitations Arena Challenge yet, it's because I'm still trying to learn the actual cards.
I see you.
They're very similar, the way that I did those two. Unfortunately, since this is my third match, if I do win, that's the end of it. That's the end of this. Because we are going to get quickly to an hour after this. I'm just thinking about what I want.
Let me change your mind.
My opponent not to do that is probably almost premiere among the things I want.
what to do. What to do.
Then I Frostbolt. Hang on, no, I bananas you in order to kill the Cabal Shadow Priest. Don't hit the Cabal with any of your things.
Limitless power.
Then I Frostbolt you. Hit this. You are forgiven. They have to be holding another pain in hand for this, right? They just used the Cabal Shadow Priest, so this is not vulnerable anymore to the Cabal Shadow Priest. Unless they have the second one in hand, but I don't think they did. Actually, last turn was turn 6. They could easily have the second Cabal. It looks like they're going for Shadow Madness. That's fine. So that's actually going to send out its 2, which is the interesting thing about that. You may not have known. That attacks that, that attacks that. That's a really good board clear. Well done. Unfortunately, I'm not getting big bananas or bananas right now, because that would be really good for my Violet Teacher. Oh, spoke too soon. Hello, banana.
Quickly.
God, I hope I get an IMB Gal.
Pay attention, class.
Hit it.
I am ready to lead. I'm ready.
It's not okay. So this is going to get me a lot more bananas. My opponent's going to get a shitload of bananas out of that. And bananas everywhere. Let's go back to drinking my horrible coffee. Dear Lord, it's bad. Oh. Sorry, I just need to take some time to internalize and process the shame that I'm drinking coffee that bad. Oh, hello. Fuck, where are my silences? It's all about buffs. I cannot believe that I haven't silenced earlier. There's my silence.
I shall do as you say.
This is weird. This is weird. Oh, this new element actually fucks everything up. If only they weren't spells. So there was only one Tempo Mage, I'm very surprised. But also I got beaten by the Zoo deck. But I will note also that I did think that the Zoo was a relatively high possibility. There's an Emperor Thaurissan which I cut from my own deck. I'm gonna proactively big banana it, and the reason I'm gonna do that is because I don't want my opponent to be able to big banana his Emperor and then run it into my Sneeds and immediately kill my Sneeds.
Must consider.
It's really likely I lose this match. There's something wrong. There is definitely something wrong. I think I'm trying to do too many things. So I'm trying to build like an incredible buff target in my Dragonkin Sorcerer. I'm trying to build a board through my...
I have no time for games.
Fuck. I've used Polymorph and a... Shit. Wow! Yeah, that kind of fucks me over. Both of those are 6 mana cards. Which is why I wasn't super expecting either. But of course, Emperor Thaurissan means that you have to expect the unexpected. Arcanized Soul Priest, so I imagine that's probably being... There's probably a circle held in hand so that they can do Arcanized Circle for the board clear. Yeah, my opponent has the high end that I've been saying that I needed this whole time. Bananas! Just all of the bananas! Ever. Every banana. It doesn't matter, I lost ages ago now. Like... Opponent heals, attacks. I have to go for top deck against an entire hand. I'm stumped. I think I'm trying to do way too many things with my deck. I need to either focus on the mid game or the early game, right? So get that out. But then I remove the elements of my deck that actually make it unique. The Burly Rockjaw Trogs, the Empress, the Dragonkin Sorcerer. How do I win? I like Echo of Medivh. I do, because Echo of Medivh brings more sorcerers and more flame walkers. And then crazier things happen. Who is way more powerful when buffed? Let's try Dragon Egg. I mean, I need to overwhelm them in the early game. That's kind of the game plan, rather. Double Echoing Ooze for the big buffs. Then, fuck it. So I'm gonna make it half, like, Face Hunter, half... kind of Face Hunter for the disposability of minions, and then Tempo Mage for the use of, this is like a Rush Mage, of course. For the efficient usage of spells. I may switch to the Zoo deck after this, just for an attempt. I cannot believe it. That's only my first match was against a Tempo Mage. I am very pleasantly surprised. Maybe Tempo Mage isn't as good as I think it is. Like, I'm almost certain it's the best deck for this, that I just haven't found the playstyle for it yet.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Mm-hmm. No reason to go rushing out ahead. Not yet.
I can't do that.
I don't even need the Sorcerer's Apprentice yet. Just take it slow. Unless that's big bananas, I'm not really in a horrible position.
Get in there and fight!
Oh, a second Abusive Sergeant in the opening hand, okay. Interesting. Two 3s. Actually, 2 3s are really important right now. Because it doesn't die to a single attack from any of them. Plus, that's 2 targets to give me, you know, bananas when they die. I think I shouldn't have mulliganed my...
So many possibilities.
my owl. Owl denies them of 2 cards when you... 2 bananas, basically, when you use it to debuff a Haunted Creeper. Because they don't get the 1/1s. So it denies them of a 1/1, a 1/1, and 2 banana cards. It's actually relatively good. So my opponent's cottoned on to the fact that you want to be running those, of course. So I'm considering my deviant banana plays. Like, my best one would be Flame Walker. Yeah, I'll do it.
What to do? What to do?
I serve the Fire Lord.
Yeah, that was relatively good. Deviant banana to flip these, and then I hope this gets hit by one of them. Well done. Oh my god. I forgot that there's another banana. I keep forgetting this, that anytime my minions die in my turn, I'm gonna get a banana. Like, I keep thinking of it as though it were like a secret that's being triggered. It's not gonna happen in my turn. I've got to force my opponent to kill my things. I've got to think of it as a death rattle, and it's not the way that my brain is passing it right now. I'm having a lot of difficulty picking up on this one. Yeah, the Flame Walker needs to be immediately destroyed, so they're just going to go all in for that. Like, I got nowhere near the amount of value out of that Flame Walker as I need. The possibility of this getting buffed and running in, or that attacking and then Mortal Coil is pretty bad, so I'm actually going to do that. I'm actually going to give him more health. So the person behind on board is almost always going to be ahead on cards because they get all the bananas from the minions of theirs that have died. Oh, there's the fucking second owl. I don't blame you, Cursed Sword. I am not doing well. Getting. Did I just do like the uber dumb and miss lethal? Like, that's 12 damage in hand. No, I didn't. I only had 2, and then on the other side I also had another 2. So I had 16 damage. I would have still been off lethal. No, I only got the big banana by trading, so yeah, I still would have been 16 rather than 18. Flip that. Oh, come on, tap. Do it. Do it for me. Fuck me. I needed that fireball as well. Ah, shit. But I can't let my opponent get, like, 1 minion out of control. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, it's very bad. There's nothing I can do right now. Oh. Yeah, I conceded that. Like, I have no overarching strategy that would have won the game. I just lose. I know lethal wasn't even guaranteed and I could have top decked the win, but my only damage to face was both my fireballs, which I'd already used. I'd used the frostbolt for removal. I mean, I didn't have enough to finish them, whereas they would always be able to develop a board on top of me. Like, the only way that I would have won is Flame Walker and then just casting a lot of buffs on it. Haunted Creeper, Iron Big Owl. I think the Echoing Ooze is still good. I think Unstable Portal needs to go. I don't need that as a Flame Walker trigger. I think Zombie Chow needs to go. Dragon Egg. All of the things that I added, basically. Knife Juggler, maybe. Yeah, Knife Juggler. Let's get some higher end in. So let's just put in the typical kind of high end. No. Doctor. There we go. Dr. Boom. Emp. Ratharson. We all see kind of like big fuck off late game legendaries. That'll probably fill my hand a little too fast, actually. But, you know, whatever. Sylvanas, and can. Blingtron. Blingtron for the extra damage for lethal? Not that bad. Fuck, I'll put a Spellbreaker in. I really don't like this deck yet. It's not a tight deck, right? It tries to accomplish too many things, and I'm trying to basically blind draft a Tempo Mage. I think I strongly prefer the weeks where you get given a deck, because then no one goes online and just finds a deck and goes, I'll just play this. Because I'm seeing relatively similar decks.
You asked for it.
Lysana is our opponent right now. I'm surprised that the majority of people I've seen are Warlocks. Right. But it's always kind of like the Demon Lock kind of thing.
Why do you call?
Demon Lock Zoo kind of build. Play it slow. I'm gonna try and play it like very, very calm and very slow. My opponent's not gonna have a buff for any of their minions. Ah, now they're trying to go super aggro. Interesting. So now they've got a buff, but I've removed another one. I'll coin out either Can or Sylvanas next turn. Probably Can to draw the silence and then play Sylvanas afterwards.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I don't want that to get buffed, basically. That's probably a waste. But I just don't want that to get buffed. I want board kind of state when I start playing my big cards. So my opponent has a lot of bananas right now. 3, 4. 4. They have 4 bananas. They have 3 bananas. The Earth Mother is near. I mean, Implosion, Demon Lock. This person is going to be playing Mal'Ganis, and they're going to try and get them out as early as possible. Really? Maybe not. Implosion's actually really good. You get, like, between 2 and 4 extra cards in your hand as a result of playing it.
Why do you go? Stop yelling!
Someday I'll be just like you.
Pretty good target.
For honor. My hand is too full.
Undertaking. Interesting. I would not have expected to see that. Now, it looks like my opponent, you know, yay, I've got them mulling cards. Like, that's kind of the only benefit that I can get over them right now. Milling cards, my apologies.
I wonder.
It's really about just whether they have 7 damage right now. Yeah, looks like they might have 7 damage. It's 5. Alright. So we're just gonna sit here and watch this other person play solitaire for a while. Should I go to the zoo deck? I mean, like, that was my initial kind of reaction, is that I wanted to do a zoo deck. Let's take a print screen of that. I'll put that in the description down below, regardless of the fact that it's worthless. God, I am not doing well in this week's Brawl. Alright, delete deck. Yes. Oh, okay, cool. That's how I get back to here. I could try and do the token Druid deck. Nah. Okay, so for this deck, double Dark Bomb. Just gonna put in the obvious ones first. Double Imp Gang Boss, because it's dope as fuck. Double Implosion. Shadow Flame's probably really good board clear. Double Void Caller, double Doomsguard. The problem is, I don't have the high end of the kind of Demon Lock deck. So all I can really do is kind of like a Zoo deck. I can't actually do a Demon Lock. God. I mean, I shouldn't even do this deck then if I can't do it, like if I can't actually play Mal'Ganis or all the bigger cards that are actually really important for it. Fuck it, let's try and do the deck that I wanted. Double Innovate. Naturalize is probably not going to be that bad just because of the fact that it will put 3 cards in your opponent's hand, but it'll put the banana in first. Double Power of the Wild, double Wild Growth. Wrath for removal. Fuck, what if I do a mill deck? Savage Draw. Force of Nature. Okay. Morgan Infiltrators in the early game? No, don't need them. Right, I know I need silencers. It's very important. Nerobish Egg. Probably relatively good as well. Mind Control Tech. I'll take out a Volk Lumbra. And... no, I want these in as well. Probably don't need the Dancing Swords. I mean, it's all based around the Violet Teacher, this deck. I can probably worry about my late game just in the Ancient of Wars and Ancient of Laws. So let's put a Tharasan. Our early game actual board isn't there at all. We just Wrath for removal, which isn't actually good. So I'll take Force of Nature, Savage Roar out, so I'll actually be winning by mulligan. By Mull, sorry, by Mill. Then I actually need to put in some early game minions. Alright. Let's try my token druid-ish kind of thing. This is basically centered around possibly getting to turn 4. Playing a Violet Teacher, innovating out Druid of the Wild, that kind of stuff. Sorry, Mark of the Wild. Sorry, Power of the Wild. Hunter! Wow, interesting. Very interesting. Probably not that good for me, actually.
I must protect the wild.
Now I'll keep the Iron Beak out because I assume as a hunter they're going to want to play in their... they're going to want to play... their Haunted Creeper and then buff it with the Houndmaster. So I would like if they didn't do that. It's a 3/4 with death rattle summon 2 1/1s. Plus, put a banana in your hand, and the death rattles on the 1/1s read put a banana in your hand as well.
Put this apple on your head.
For the wild.
It's possible that my opponent is just Face Hunter. Like, that's all they are. They are Face Hunter.
Put this apple on your head.
For the wild.
Yeah, they're just Face Hunter. They're just gonna go face the entire time. I think I already lost when I attacked it twice.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Yep, I think I've already lost. That was well done. Well played.
Well played.
I mean, I did give them the mana crystal, so if I were to get, you know... Oh no, they would have been able to do it regardless. Wow. Wait, what? Oh hey, I survived on 1 health. Fuck yeah. Shit, I'm 1 mana off. Would be Violet Teacher, Innovate, Violet Teacher, Innovate, Power of the Wild, and then I would have a whole board and I'd be hilarious. But obviously that's not how that's gonna work out now. There's actually no way that I can save myself, so...
Pay attention, class.
I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn.
I mean, this is kind of what I wanted to do. But, yeah. Face Hunter, yo. Should we do that? Should we just go scumfuck Face Hunter? What is this? 1.5 hours now? This is absurd. It's too long. Like, at this point, I should probably just consider doing some sort of bullshit net decking, but I'm not going to. Tempo Mage doesn't do it for me. I don't have a decent cards for a kind of like mid to higher mid kind of range Zoolock. Oh, hello. How are you?
You asked for it.
This one's gonna go for the face a little less, hopefully. I do need to keep the Iron Beak Owl because I need to one of their minions. This is the same opening hand I had last time. Interestingly enough. This isn't actually that good against the possibility of Mana Worm.
Hello.
My greetings. For the wild.
So if you're wondering why I'm not summoning 3/2 from the Power of the Wild, that's because that is not how the Power of the Wild is supposed to function in this deck. I need the Power of the Wild to be generating minions for me.
Ah, the great outdoors. Ah, the great outdoors.
I'm not going to try and silence that, actually. I want my opponent to fill their hand with bananas.
Serve the Fire Lord.
Yeah, that's going to kill my fucking Worgen. Of course.
Attention, class.
I'm
Trouble?
ready to learn. I'm ready to learn.
Well played.
My thanks to you.
This is exactly what I kind of wanted to go have going on with this deck, but I feel like my opponent is just gonna fucking fireball this. Or polymorph it.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Time runs out on me.
Don't tell me that's a minion that does 1 damage.
I am ready.
Well, they got that from the Unstable Portal, didn't they? Did that not say created by Unstable Portal to silence this?
Instruction begins. Ah, the great outdoors.
Should have just silenced this. Oh well.
I serve the Fire Lord.
How is it that when my opponent are good work, Ryan, good grammar. When my opponents are playing Tempo Mage, yo, here, have a Flame Walker and another Flame Walker in your opening hand, here's your fucking Sorcerer's Apprentice. How does that happen? Whereas when I play it, it's like, yo, your Sorcerer's Apprentice and your Flame Walker are gonna be in the bottom of your deck. Yeah. There's nothing I can do now, I have no board clear. My only removal is, I guess, Naturalize. Oh yeah, they freeze that. They just cast 1 more spell, and they will kill me. No spell? Oh, booyah. Here's time for the big comeback. Here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna bananas them. Bananas them. Well, Deviant bananas it just for fun, and then concede, because this really isn't actually that fun.
Well played.
I mean, let's try it with this deck. Because I keep... Like, the cards that I need for this deck in the early game are the cards that set up my combo, and also the Mind Control techs and the Wraths in order to remove the board. But I've never seen a Mind Control tech or a Wrath when playing this deck.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the world.
There's a Mind Control tech, which I'll hold on to.
Will rise against you.
But it might not even be effective against this deck, because this is another Druid. Wild Growth is going to be pretty good, though. And Wrath. Those are the 2 cards that I was asking for. Power of the Wilds is also a setup for my Violet Teacher, so... okay.
Death does not scare me.
Aren't you, like, deathly scared of someone just, like, flipping that and killing it? I would be. Because I considered the Deathlord, because I was like, you can keep buffing up its health and it'll just stay alive.
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocator.
Yeah, if I get the Deviant Banana off this, I can kill the Death Lord. I don't want to silence it. It's 100% not correct. My opponent doesn't look like they're going to populate the board that wide, so I may as well just pop that down. I've also got the Tree of Life in hand, so losing my own HP isn't that worrying. Isn't that concerning, I should say. So now the Rotten Banana will do it as well. So I've got a 50% chance to get a banana that'll kill it. Yeah, Deviant Banana does it. Couldn't have been a less effective one. I should have gone with the Wrath, the card draw. Yeah, I would have hero powered it and then Wrathed it for 1 and then gotten the card draw. That should have been exactly what I did. So having the Worgen Infiltrator is actually relatively good because, aha, my opponent's running a mill deck as well. Interesting. Very interesting. Ah, they're gonna try and make me draw cards.
What? For the wild first.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Looks like we were both going for mill decks.
My hand is too
Ooh, no poison seeds. Problem is, now I'm gonna get fucking proper milled, yo. But I also have my token set up, so that's pretty good. Yeah, there's a banana in my hand. Ooh, minions to silence nothing. Interesting.
My hand is too full. Well played.
Pay attention, class.
I'm ready to learn.
I could do a Deviant. I should have done a Deviant Banana on that first. Yeah, whatever. I'm basically just generating minions for my opponent to beat down in order to fill my hand with bananas so they can mill me. Oh. Yeah, flipping this would have meant my opponent had to use a hero power to remove as well. Okay.
I knew it!
I knew it!
I shall do as you say. Do as you say.
I like this guy. Guy or girl, I like this person. It's a very spirited match.
Keep it quick, kid. I ain't got all day.
Oh my god, it's a Gazlo deck? I've never seen this card actually played. Whenever you cast a 1 mana spell, add a random mech to your hand. Oh my god.
I concede.
Well played. They weren't going to win from that point. So yes, this is where we're going to end the episode. Holy hell. We should also probably end the episode here just so that I don't become the saltedest man of all time. So this is the Brawl deck that I eventually won with. It did end up controlling very, very hard. It did have to have a pretty good matchup and did actually have to draw its really good cards early. I didn't actually have that much luck with the Tempo Mage that apparently isn't as popular as I thought it was going to be. Well, that's a horrible pack if I've ever seen one. Dear Lord, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Tavern Brawl. That was atrociously long. I apologize for that. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself regardless. If you have, please click like. It does help me get my content out to new people. There's also a playlist in the description down below with all my Hearthstone Arena, Hearthstone Ranked, and Hearthstone Adventures, and Tavern Brawl, past, present, and future. There's also the deck lists for the 2 decks that I ended up using, the Tempo Mage and the Mill/Token Druid. And hopefully, we'll see you next time.